Now, this political crisis was triggered last week when Mugabe fired his deputy Emmerson Mnangagwa and accused him of disloyalty and plotting to seize power. For more on this unfolding situation in Zimbabwe, I'm joined by two VOA reporters. First, let's go to Johannesburg in South Africa, where we meet Anita Powell, our Southern Africa correspondent. Anita, good to see you. First, just let us get your perspective from where you're standing. Is there a military coup in Zimbabwe?
Well, I suppose, Vincent, in this era of alternative facts, you can call it whatever you want. The Zimbabwe Military Veterans Association called it a bloodless correction. But there's some facts here. The military went through the capital on Tuesday night. They took over the TV station, and we're now looking at a situation where the leader of the country is under house arrest and Zimbabwe may face a change in leadership without an election or a natural event such as the death of a leader. So you can call it whatever you like, but what does that look like to you? That analysts are saying that has the makings of a coup.
Mm-hmm. What do we know about, especially the wife of the president, Grace Mugabe? There were rumors floating around that she might actually not be in that house.
Right. So there were reports that she was in Namibia, neighboring Namibia, and Namibia's foreign minister shut that down in local media and said, no, that's not true. She is not. Her whereabouts are, nobody really knows where she is, but the military has said that the Mugabe family is in their custody.
Yeah, and now we know what the African Union stance is on coups and even the regional bodies like ECOWAS. What has been the reaction in that region up to this point?
So I think what's really interesting is that the reaction from Southern Africa has been, condemnation of unconstitutional changes for government, calls for calm. But the difference here is that Mugabe is still a very big figure in this region. He's an iconic figure. He's an independence hero. But also, he is a man who speaks his mind. He holds grudges, and he lives in the neighborhood. So Southern African governments, notably South Africa and Namibia, have been very careful to say, we condemn unconstitutional changes of government. But unlike, for example, Britain's Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson, they are drawing the line at condemning any individuals like, say, Robert Mugabe.
Mm-hmm. Now, very quickly, we would like also to know, what are those Zimbabweans who have lived in South Africa for many years saying? What has been their response or reaction to this?
Well, a lot of the Zimbabweans living in South Africa left because of the political troubles in Zimbabwe and also the economic problems in Zimbabwe. So I think a change of government has been widely welcomed here. But I think what's important to remember is that Emmerson Mnangagwa is not a new kid on the block. He is, and was for many years, a close crony of Robert Mugabe. So I think a lot of Zimbabweans are also saying, wait a minute, what's really changing here?
Well, Anita, we'll find out a bit more what's really changing in Harare. Thanks a lot for joining us today. And now here, that's Anita Powell, a VOA correspondent in Southern Africa, joined us via Skype from Johannesburg.